Welcome to the Safety Guidelines training video. I am Dan Davidson and I am this year's Homeless Count Coordinator. In this training video, I will share details about the safety guidelines to follow while you are conducting the count. I begin first with the safety protocols regarding COVID-19. Given the ongoing pandemic, we want to be able to complete this year's count as safely as possible for both the volunteers and our neighbors experiencing homelessness. We especially want to keep our neighbors experiencing homelessness as safe as possible, considering that they make up a part of our city's most vulnerable demographic, and we will be entering their living space to fulfill our task. To protect ourselves and our neighbors experiencing homelessness, we are requiring that all volunteers with the homeless count be either fully vaccinated or provide proof of a negative COVID-19 test within 72 hours of the count. Vaccination is the best way to protect our neighbors experiencing homelessness, our fellow volunteers, staff, and the broader community. All volunteers are required to show proof of vaccination or a negative test to your team leader. The team leaders will keep the homeless count coordinators informed about the status of their team's vaccinations or negative tests. To further protect ourselves and our neighbors experiencing homelessness, we are requesting that all volunteers wear masks while indoors or outdoors. The only exception is that a mask may be temporarily removed if a person is eating or drinking. If a mask is removed for eating or drinking, the individual must be stationary and preferably distanced from others. Please refrain from eating or drinking and removing your mask while you're interacting with our neighbors experiencing homelessness in order to keep them protected. As you are conducting the survey, if you come across a neighbor experiencing homelessness that is not wearing a mask, we ask that you take the following steps. Offer them a disposable mask and ask them to wear it while you conduct the survey. If they refuse to wear a mask, stay socially distant, 6 feet minimum, and conduct the survey from that distance. We ask that all volunteers self-monitor for symptoms of COVID-19 on the day of the count. If you are experiencing any of the following symptoms, we ask that you would not participate in the count, such as fever, cough, sore throat, difficulty breathing, loss of taste or smell. Best practices indicate that each team member not from the same household should arrive separately at the designated meetup for your zone. If your team needs to go to another part of the zone that is too far to walk to, and you need to ride together in the same vehicle, we ask that you adhere to the following guidelines while riding together. Wear a mask at all times. Avoid using the recirculated air option for ventilation. Instead, use the car's vents to bring fresh outside air and or lower the windows. If you or a team member contracts COVID-19 within 3 days of the count being conducted, please notify us immediately. We will do a brief investigation and notify any people that might have been exposed. This concludes our safety guidelines regarding the ongoing COVID-19 pandemic. I will now share important general safety precautions. It is critical that the safety of the team be maintained at all times. Please use good sense and sound judgment at all times. Never go into any location or situation that does not appear or feel safe. Make a note of any such location on your clipboard and report this location to headquarters upon your return. For your team's safety, do not count in parks or areas outside your zone. The professional teams will cover these areas. Stay together at all times. Never stray out of sight from your team members, and always have a minimum of 2 members together. While 1 or 2 of your team members conducts the survey, have the other team members navigate and keep an eye on the area. Always be polite and do not be overly aggressive. If you encounter someone who declines to participate, thank them for their time. Fill out the observation-only survey and move on. Remember, volunteers should not go into any vacant or abandoned buildings or any areas that seem unsafe. For information and safety purposes, the city's police department has been notified of the count and the times that we are scheduled to go out. As you find people experiencing homelessness, please refrain from giving money. Bring a flashlight, but do not shine the light in people's faces. Above all, always be respectful of people's space. Finally, if you do encounter an emergency, please call 911 first, then call headquarters to notify the count organizers of the situation. Well, this concludes our training on safety guidelines. We thank you for your willingness to participate in the City of Pasadena Homeless Count.